We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. And if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or a large part of it were subjugated and starving, then our empire beyond the seas, armed and guarded by the British fleet, would carry on the struggle until, in God's good time, the new world, with all its power and might, steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of the old.
I did 12 years in the military, in the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, and I feel very passionately about Remembrance Day Parade because I knew a lot of people that died in conflicts post-World War II.
Remembrance is very important to me because my great-grandparents served in the RAF and my great-nana was a nurse, and I feel like it's just very important to show respect and remember all the great things that they've done.
Remembrance to me is about not just about remembering those that have served and paid the ultimate sacrifice, but those that are still with us. You know, many service personnel have returned home with horrific injuries, physically and mentally. And also, I think one thing that's forgotten sometimes is the people that we leave behind, those family, friends who, whilst we are serving, are left at home to pick up the pieces. They find it challenging, I think.
Well, it didn't really mean anything for a very long time until my dad, he was in the RAF and stuff, and he went away for a long time, long periods of time. So I guess it means quite a lot, as the time where he went, obviously, I missed him quite a lot.
Thinking back for what Remembrance means to me, definitely watching TV and watching the parades. And I think one of my earliest memories was going to visit my great-great-grandfather's grave in Brecon. And what the significance about that is that was a military grave. And it was only after my gran passed away I did a little bit of research on the family history and discovered what my actual grandfather did do in the Second World War. He actually passed away in 1947, so just after the Second World War.
Remembrance means quite a lot to me because, quite a lot of my family have been in the military and quite a lot of them have served in the army or the RAF, and it's been quite difficult when they've passed away beforehand. And whenever my dad went away, it was quite difficult because he'd go away for months on end, and you'd have certain things to remember them by, or certain phone calls, but you'd never really get to see them.
Remembrance Day means quite a lot to me. It's that one time where I always sort of think about the people who gave their life so we can live today.
Well, all my family coming from Kent served in the Navy, and they all served in World War II in various ships and submarines. And then post World War II, my dad served in the army. He was the one that broke tradition, and I followed him into the army when I was old enough. I served in a lot of conflicts and operational tours post World War II. I served in Falklands, served in the Gulf War, served in Northern Ireland and places like that, and Belize. And there's conflicts all around the world, and people die in these conflicts, unfortunately.
I wanted to join cadets because I wanted to work in the RAF, and I just think that it was very a good choice to have different leadership qualities. So
I joined up in 1998 in the Royal Air Force Regiment, and in 2003 I deployed to Kuwait and then southern Iraq for the Second Gulf War. Subsequent to that, December 2009, I deployed to Afghanistan, and most recently I deployed on Op-Rescript, which was the COVID support force. So I was in the southeast running COVID testing centres during the pandemic.
I want to be a pilot, and I think obviously the RAF is based, people say it's based a lot around the air, but I think being a pilot would help quite a lot of people.
I've always been a railwayman, so I've been on the railway since 2000, but back in 2006 I fancied a change, so I joined up with the TA. I went on a day out in Grantham in Lincolnshire, and I joined the 165 Porter Maritime Regiment, part of the Royal Logistics Corps. I did my basic training, And back in 2007, I fancied a change, so I took a career break for 12 months and I mobilised. So I signed up as a soldier for a 12-month period. That took me to some very good places around the UK and abroad in Kuwait as well.
What made me become a cadet was I wanted to improve my confidence and I wanted to make my dad proud because he used to be in the RAF. He retired this year and I always wanted to join the military.
Yeah, my connection with the military is that when I first left school, well, not long afterwards, when I was 17-year-old, I actually joined the Royal Artillery. So I actually spent 5 years in the Royal Artillery. I did my training here in England, and then I was based over in Germany. And throughout them 5 years, I actually managed to visit quite a few different places.
Remembrance for me these days is for more that it's family or friends in the military or for more local conflicts.
It's not about the living now, it's about them people who gave them lives all that time ago so we can actually live ours today. Then it's all our people who are still serving in the military today that are out in all the different places around the world. The people that are training day in, day out, so if anything did happen, any war came to our direction, they're there to protect us. So it's a tradition we really have to keep doing. It's one day of the year where we can just bow our heads and pay our respects to the people who gave our lives so we can live today, and also all for them people which are out there protecting us every day.